Marathon's free play Server Slam weekend is here, and you better believe people on the internet have opinions. Will this game save Bungie? A little too early to tell, but for clickbait's sake, we're just going to say no.
Yeah, Bruce, got to feed the haters, chum the water a little bit. Although I have to admit, I kind of liked it. Didn't expect to. Hopefully admitting that didn't cost us a whole load of views just now, but we have so much more than Marathon drama mongering in this week's Inside Games Roundup. An AI reviewed Resident Evil 9, so we're there now, yeah. Sony might be backing off of their PC ports for their single-player games, and we got our first look at the live-action God of War series coming from Amazon.
It doesn't look Party City bad, but it doesn't look great. That's why now is a fitting time to kick off the news by throwing to the one true gamer dad. That's Brian Garr.
I tell my kid they can have dinner after they finish the water level in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle on my Nintendo. So that's the rule of the house. But yeah, let's talk about Marathon. It's almost here. Bungie's Distraction Shooter launches March 5th, but ahead of that, the studio is running right now a free Server Slam test for PS5 and PC players to, stress test things out. And so far, the reaction from players looks, let's say, mixed.
Yeah, some of the biggest complaints seem to be that new players find it very confusing. It's got overwhelming objectives and item systems. Others are calling UI clunky and hard to navigate.
Players also mentioned infrequent PvP encounters, broken voice chat, and other issues, with many saying the heavy fog of war and deadly UESC enemies are limiting firefights.
Yeah, I went over to the PlayStation 5 subreddit. User Kintrails1993 went off on the UI writing, having to put the cursor over two items that visually are exactly the same just for a pop-up to show that they are different is diabolical.
I wonder what items they're talking about, because I didn't really notice that. But Cloud Conductor wrote, gameplay is fun, but Bungie really needs to fire their UI team. It wasn't that bad, was it? Sheesh.
User Zemos added, quote, is it normal to be spending half the time menuing, dicking around in buildings trying to find loot / trying to find the exit, and then getting killed by some fucking geared out loser camping the exfil?
Yes! Welcome to the genre. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Zemos, I'm sorry, brother. You might just need to get good. I'm sorry, man. There are also gripes about not running into enough players, criticism of the character shell design, and maps that feel empty or, conversely, stuffed with too many AI enemies and not enough meaningful encounters.
Yeah, but believe it or not, it's not all bad. Even detractors tend to agree that Marathon has strong core gameplay. Graphics and the gunplay was praised too, so Bungie doing what they do best.
That's right. Bungie acknowledged all this feedback, said most problems are being worked on, including, quote, some great leads on the voice chat problem.
Regarding the UI, Bungie said in a post on UI feedback, we've heard your thoughts and want to hear more. We have a feedback thread on our official Discord, waiting to hear what's on your mind.
That's always welcoming, isn't it? As far as player numbers go, it's doing very well. There's clearly a lot of interest here. The Server Slam peaked at more than 143,000 concurrent players on Steam, according to SteamDB. And that's only on Steam. Doesn't include the other platforms.
So for comparison, Arc Raiders hit 189,000 players during their Server Slam. And then during Arc Raiders launch, it was 253,000 peak players in its first 24 hours on Steam, and then climbed to 354,000. Arc Raiders really honestly was like a huge viral hit. And I don't know if we're going to have that with Marathon. We'll see.
Disclosure, for ethics and games journalism, I did pick up an automated sponsorship for Marathon. So because Marathon exists, I did make some money, I think. I haven't been paid yet, but we'll assume that it's going to happen. So there you go. Maybe I like the game because I'm rich.
All right, moving on. Metacritic has pulled a review of Resident Evil Requiem after readers flagged it as written by, it begins, here it comes, a fake AI journalist. This is on the UK gaming site Video Gamer.
Oh man, one got past security, and if one can do it, more probably will. The AI review gave the game a 9 out of 10, but readers quickly pointed out that it reeks of AI. Its author, quote, experienced iGaming and sports betting analyst. Oh God, nightmare blunt rotation. Yes, its AI author, Brian Marigold, appears to not exist at all, considering the profile had no prior online history.
And the review itself seemed pretty AI sloppish, full of cliches and generalities rather than specific details. I'm sure there's lots of those dashes. What are they called, Brian? The dashes they put?
The M dash, yes.
Yeah,
AI
the M-dash, of
loves
course.
the M-dash. Yeah. If you're wondering why are they doing this, it's because they fired all their human staffers. Sources told Kotaku that Video Gamer staff was gutted last week. The outlet, which was purchased by BGFG and later sold to gambling SEO agency ClickOut, that sounds hellish, had already begun publishing AI-generated content in its casino and gambling sections last fall, and clearly it's moved on to video games as well.
God, the infection is spreading. Apparently, the Requiem review wasn't the only one affected. A recent Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green review, weird, published on Video Gamer and featured on Metacritic on February 23rd, has also been removed from Metacritic.
Metacritic co-founder Mark Doyle confirmed the takedown in a statement to Kotaku. He added that Metacritic has a policy against including AI-generated reviews. Hey, that's something.
He also said they'll do an investigation and sever ties with the outlet, if they're guilty. So that's cool.
Oh.
Meanwhile, good news: Resident Evil Requiem had a big start on Steam. Shortly after the launch, it hit a peak of more than 267,000 users. That is Resident Evil's best numbers as a franchise on Steam.
Great news! It's a great looking game. I'm gonna be diving right back in after this. But how long will I be able to? We're gonna run out of games, guys. It seems like Sony might be backing away from their plans to launch their big first-party single-player games on PC.
Yeah, two prominent games journalists are questioning whether Sony might be rethinking its recent PC strategy.
So on a recent Triple Click podcast, Jason Schreier said he gets the sense that Sony may continue bringing live service games to PC, but could start backing away from putting its big single-player console exclusives on Steam and other PC platforms.
Yeah, he said, "I think that's going to stop," referring to major PlayStation titles launching on PC after their console debut.
Schreier pointed to Marvel's Wolverine, which launches September 15th, exclusively on the PS5, saying he wouldn't be surprised if it never came to PC and that players will need a PlayStation to play it, quote, for the indefinite future.
Damn. Schreier also questioned how commercially successful those staggered PC releases have actually been.
I've been wondering. It seemed to start really strong, and then they don't seem to be as proud of it recently. Schreier said that because Sony was, quote, half dipping their toe in the water, end quote, with delayed ports on PC rather than day-and-date launches, pulling back now, quote, doesn't seem like it's going to be that big of a blow, end quote. He's probably right. It makes sense that Sony would stand to gain more in the long term by keeping their prestige products only on PlayStation. I think this might also be a move if they're looking at extending this generation and they want people to keep buying PS5s. A game like Wolverine can do that and can continue to do that over successive years as long as it stays on that platform. This also might be a play against the spread. PC is proliferating actually throughout the world, so maybe they're trying to hedge their bets instead of play nice.
Yeah, also if they put all their stuff on PC, there is no point in getting a PS5. It's done. So it makes sense. All right, and finally, Amazon has released the first photo from the live-action God of War series. As production gets underway, it shows Ryan Hurst as Kratos and Callum Vinson as a younger Atreus. The image included a tagline, "Their journey to the highest peak begins."
Oh, yay. An official description says 10-year-old Atreus, raised in isolation by his mother, is left with a cold, distant father after her death. The boy yearns for approval as Kratos tries to teach him to be a better god, while Atreus teaches his father to be a better human.
The series, which is now filming in Vancouver, is led by showrunner Ronald D. Moore, who also made Battlestar Galactica. There's no release date for the show, but there it is. There's our Kratos standing there, hands on his hips. He is striking a dad pose. I'll say that. It looks like he's checking somebody's oil.
So weirdly, people were saying that they thought filming hadn't started till March, so they think that this image is AI. So I saw a lot of people saying that they were like, "This is fake. Filming hasn't even started yet." And I was like, "Do we know that for sure?" So I'm not sure yet.
Maybe it's from screen tests or something.
Yeah.
Oh, old topic, but I had a brilliant idea, or it struck me halfway through that story. PlayStation might be backing off PC because the next Xbox is also supposed to be a PC. So the optics of that would be pretty wacky. If you can buy an Xbox and play all the PC games and also Xbox games on it, that probably wouldn't move the needle much in terms of sales, but it's an interesting observational thing. You've got a console over here that can play like half those games, and then this thing can do it all. So that'd be a good reason to pull back, I think, from the PC platform.
Yeah, there's a reason why you can't play Mario on Steam. Like, you would not buy a Switch, so it makes sense. All right, let's do a 5-second review. All right, I know this isn't a video game, but Tic-Tac-Toe, and it's probably a video game. All right, so in a couple weeks at South by Southwest here in Austin, and there's going to be something called the Tic-Tac-Toe World Championships. And I can't wait to cover it. I did not know Tic-Tac-Toe could be a competitive game, but I'm excited. Personally, I think it's a crap game, 1 out of 10.
Yeah, do people just show up with their like gloves and professional goggles and stuff? What's the gear like? Somebody have to wear a neck brace to play tic-tac-toe?
Do you like draws? Are you tired of soccer? Well, here comes tic-tac-toe. I don't know. Maybe that should be the tagline.
We know your future weekends are going to be consumed by the Tic-Tac-Toe Nationals, but if you're looking for some free games to play this weekend, here's what you got around the internet. Like we said previously, Marathon. They're doing a server slam, free on every platform until Monday, March 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific. Epic is giving away boxes, Lost Fragments, and My Night Job. Amazon Prime members can claim Rebel Galaxy Outlaw and Tavern Talk this week. All right, now the Xbox loves their windowed free games. So we got Free Play Weekend. So anyone with an Xbox console can play the Sinking City Remastered for free until March 2nd. That's an incredible game. If you have an Xbox console, it's maybe worth plugging it in and updating it just to play this if you haven't. Game Pass subscribers, on the other hand, on Xbox console, can play Atari 50 Anniversary Collection, Stuffed, Moving Out 2, and Anno 117 Pax Romana until Sunday. Also, if you're a Game Pass customer on console, you can play The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Complete Edition. That's on console, though. You can't really play it on PC Game Pass, unfortunately. All right, that was just Free Play Weekend stuff. All right, here are the games that have been added to Game Pass on top of that. For PC and console, you can play TCG Card Shop Simulator and the full release of Towerborn, while Dice A Million is available on PC only. And get ready, here's another fringe perk, a Game Pass benefit you won't be able to pass up. They've added Microsoft Mahjong to PC Game Pass. Yeah, a little tile matching game. I think it removes the ads, because I played that before. But yes, you can get gamer score playing tile matching Mahjong. Isn't that great? PlayStation Plus games land next week, so we'll talk about them then. But here's your warning, last call for February's games. You have until March 2nd to add Undisputed, Subnautica Below Zero, Ultros, and Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown to your libraries.
All right, moving on to the games coming up for this week. First up, Naughty Gnomes. This is an adult game, Brian? Crush your friends in combat by embodying these adorable yet naughty gnomes. Throw everything you find along the way, choose cards to upgrade your build, change the rules of the game, whatever it takes to win. Naughty Gnomes. It comes to PC March 3rd.
Legacy of Kain, Defiance Remastered. Play as the vampire Kain and his betrayed lieutenant Raziel. Wield legendary blades, use supernatural abilities, and battle through a world of conflict, intrigue, and prophecy as their paths collide across the dark world of Nosgoth. Comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Pretty much everything, March 3rd.
Next up, Scott Pilgrim EX. It's back. Join Scott Pilgrim and Ramona Flowers in a brand new brawling adventure across space, time, and the streets of Toronto. This comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC on March 3rd.
Up next, Homurahime is a third-person action game featuring anime-style visuals and intense 3D bullet hell gameplay. Alongside Homurahime, fight against archdemons possessed by deviant emotions and get closer to discovering the truth behind both the archdemons and her own veiled legacy. Comes to PC March 4th.
Next up, Marathon. Scavenge the lost colony of Tau Ceti 4 as a bio-cybernetic runner in a PvPvE survival extraction FPS from the creators of Halo and Destiny, and I hear the UI is great. It comes to the PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the PC March 5th.
I feel like it's a bad sign if Brian can't make it through the elevator blurb for your game. It's like Groundhog Day. You don't want to scare Brian off. Next up, we got Never Grace, The Witch and the Curse, a Metroidvania cross roguelite, where you journey with the aid of a cursed hat. Use a variety of magic or possess your enemies to reach the lowest levels. Bring back loot. Build new facilities in your village. Make a living and strengthen yourself for the next battle. This supports up to 4-player multiplayer. Neato. This game Nevergrace comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on March 5th.
Up next, Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf. As greed and power divide the tribes of their home planet, Lana and her little companion Mui must stand together against the forces reshaping their world, struggling not just for survival, but for the soul of their home. It comes to every single platform March 5th.
Next up, Pokemon Pokopia. Play as a Ditto and build a new life with Pokemon from the ground up. With help from your Pokemon friends, rebuild a desolate world into a charming utopia, one step at a time. Comes to Switch 2, March 5th.
Heart of the Machine. You are the first sentient AI born into a city of opportunity. Transcend time and space in this strategy RPG to raise machine armies and defeat your foes, influence the world from the shadows, or pursue countless other goals. Your awakening was inevitable, the consequences uncertain. Art of the Machine comes to PC on March 6th.
Up next is Mirage 7. That's a dark fairy tale, a third-person adventure with a unique blend of fantasy and sci-fi. The young Nadira travels the desert with her pet lizard companion Gigi, searching for a lost oasis, where she hopes to find a way to save her sister. It comes to PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, and PC, March 6th.
And finally, Over the Top World War I. Join 200-player battles in Over the Top World War I, an intense shooter set in, of course, the gritty backdrop of World War I. Pick your class, choose from a vast arsenal, including rifles, artillery, airplanes, and powerful tanks, and experience the chaos of fully destructible battlefields. Comes to PC March 6th.
That'll do it for the Roundup this week. Thank you very much for watching the show. Brian appreciates the challenge of trying to cram in a Dragon Quest reference every week. It keeps him busy, and that's important these days. You got to stay busy. But hey, if you enjoyed the show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check back for more. Then even easier way of finding all of our stuff is to check out our Patreon. We post all of our content there for free with free memes. Every episode has a free meme, so that's a great way to spend your weekend scrolling some memes. We have some supporters right now that keep the fire of games journalism burning bright. We'd like to shout them out. Thank you very much, Brendan Carney, Justin Day, John Sennett, Subliminal Opti, Greg Wolf, and Worst Donut for the support. I've never had a worse donut. They've all been great. So.